Yeah,
Okay. Oh, welcome everyone, and welcome,
Welcome.
Mark. It's nice to have guests.
Hello.
yes, hello.
So the first thing today, motion to approve the meeting minutes. This was for the meeting held on Tuesday, March 26th. Lorraine was nice enough to send out the notes, and I did send them out last week, I
Mhm.
believe on Thursday, but it was towards the end of the week. So I hope that I guess it was Gloria, Lorraine wrote them, I read them and sent them, and Gloria, you'd be the only one remaining. So
So
um,
I did read them. They were very well written, and I make a motion to approve.
thank you very much. I guess, Lorraine, you'll have to make a motion to approve your own notes.
I'll
Second.
second my own minutes.
So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The minutes from last meeting have been approved.
Okay.
So new business. Uh, I just posted down, and I can send you the link for anything you're interested in. Available programs from Mass Office on Disability. All
Mhm.
programs listed are on Zoom at no cost. An email link can be provided.
Mhm.
Deciding to disclose. Learn about the advantages and disadvantages of disclosing your disability at different stages of the employment process. And they have 3 dates listed: June, August, and November. They're all 2-hour sessions, or I guess it's 1-hour session. And it sounds like it would be a pretty interesting meeting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that sounds good. I
Yeah.
would
Just,
do that. I
yeah.
would definitely do that.
Oh,
Mhm.
good. I could actually send you a link from the Office on Disability that has all the different meetings listed that are available, Mark. And so that way you can kind of look at it and see what you'd be interested in. And you just have to make sure that you sign up in advance so that
Hmm.
you're able to be included. But
Okay,
yeah, they have a great program.
that'd be cool. I would do
Good.
that. Yeah.
The next one I just want to mention quickly was disability discrimination in employment. Using real world examples, participants learn how to identify and address discrimination in the workplace. Again, those meetings are in June, August, in November. And again, I'll send out a link for that.
Mhm.
Reasonable accommodation and modification requests in housing.
Mhm.
If you can't equally enjoy your housing because of a disability related obstacle, you have your rights. That's a September 18th meeting. We also have the last one would be, oh no, I guess that's it for all I have listed. So we'll
Okay.
move on after that. But if I can actually, if you guys, Gloria, Lorraine, if you didn't get the email, I can send it out to you guys also.
Okay, that'd be good, David. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
if
good.
you could send that out. I probably have 1,000 emails I still have to go through since
I
vacation
think I sent it out before, but it would have been like quite a while
a
ago,
while
and I
ago.
do the same
Yeah.
thing. It's
Yeah, I'm buried. So, if you could resend them, that would be great.
That'd
And if I'm able to attend them, I mean, I really enjoy them, It's just a matter of if you're available.
right. The good thing though is they're on Zoom, so
Yes,
if you can map out just a few hours or an hour even for some of them, you're
right,
all set. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything, so it's pretty nice.
exactly. Yeah, yep.
We are going to have an open position on the Disability Commission. Right
Mhm.
now, it looks like the position will open. Uh, So right after June meeting, there's a good possibility we're going to have a second opening also.
Mhm.
So it's certainly of high priority that we fill openings on the commission. The Disability Commission is comprised of 5 of us, and
Right.
we need to have a minimum of 3 or more members present to achieve a quorum in our meetings.
Right.
So it's very important that all efforts are made to attend each commission meeting.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it looks like we already have somebody that we all know from our past lives at the senior center, Karen,
Right.
that's interested in applying for, one upcoming position, which is great.
Mhm.
I
But
would also be
um,
interested. I would also
okay,
be
good.
interested.
It
Oh,
looks like there's a good possibility we might have a second position opening up.
Mhm.
And that would be
Yeah.
great. We would be happy to keep you in mind, Mark. And
Right.
I think you would be a great addition also for our commission.
definitely.
David,
Let
can
me
I ask
know-
a quick question?
Yes, sir.
Is this the second position, Anna?
Yeah.
Is she resigning?
I'm gonna talk to her. She has said if she can't make it, she would resign. And I've basically sent out email after email to remind Anna.
Okay, I was going to say, if you're having trouble contacting her and you would like to free up her position for a vacancy because she's missed, I believe it's 3 meetings. It's in the handbook, but you can actually send an email to Michael and I. And then that way we can just note it and then get somebody that might be interested in volunteering, interview.
Okay, great. I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let me know the
Information.
process. Let me know,
Mhm.
like, email me the process so I can start to get it going. So
So you'd have to fill out a application, which you can do online, and we can send you some information on that.
Mhm.
that'd be great.
Good.
Good.
Next thing I want to go over, I noticed on another disability commission, they had a couple lines on Independence Associates of East Bridgewater in every one of their agendas. Basically saying that resources are available from Independence Associates, a center for independent living. Independence Associates, if you're not familiar, promotes the rights of people with disabilities to live independently in the community. The team at IA prides themselves in giving the consumer the power to make choices because it's your voice that matters. If you are a person living with disabilities, seen or unseen, IA wants to help you. Disabilities do not discriminate. And then what they did in this other agenda, they posted the phone numbers for Independence Associates. We've had representatives from IA speak to us on the Disability Commission a few years ago and a few years before that, and they're a wealth of knowledge, but they do a lot for the community, including finding jobs for people, housing, all sorts of great resource information. So is that something that you guys think we should just include like a line in every agenda in case someone is looking at our agenda and they can see there's a great resource locally to contact because they can help certainly much more than we can, or you feel that's kind of not our job to provide that kind of information? What do you think?
Oh,
I
good.
think it's a fine idea. I think the more info that's out there for people who need the help, the better it is. I don't think it would do any harm for
Yeah.
certain.
I don't see a problem with it at all. I mean, it is just advertising and like you said, putting the resource information out, which
Right.
is great. And my thought is maybe I'm jumping ahead, maybe it's on the agenda. But I think I'd really like to have them come in and do a presentation. I think that would be great, sooner rather than later, maybe even in the end of June or something, you
Well,
know?
I was thinking a little later than sooner, and I'll tell you why, because
Yeah.
I figured we would be getting 1 to 2 new
Mhm.
members of our commission. So because there's a lot of information with them and so forth, I thought it'd be kind of nice if when we are fully staffed again, that we have them come. So I was thinking a little bit later for them to come. What do you think?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Let's get the 2 new members in and settled
Mhm.
and familiar with
Right.
what we do, and then introduce IA. That would be great.
Yeah, definitely. I just was concerned about the summer and, generally people go away, what's
True,
going
that's
on,
true.
so. I mean, I just wanna, it's been a while since we've had them. That's why I just mentioned the end of June before people
Well-
really start getting into their
My other concern is with only 3 really voting members that regularly attend, the 3 of us, if if something comes up, like if one of us is on vacation or if one of
Yeah.
us does
Or a
this and
flight-
that,
flight.
then all we have is 2
Yeah.
left and we can't even have a
Right.
meeting. And then I
Right.
just didn't wanna reach out to them and then cancel them.
Oh,
So
okay, I see what you're saying.
I
Yeah,
was kind of worried that,
Okay.
with all the stuff happening this summer, we
Yeah.
might end up not having a meeting one of those times.
Mhm.
But I appreciate it, and I think that they're a good group to have meet with us. And actually, we could probably work with them more frequently after, we have them, talk about their agency. Maybe we can get more involved.
Definitely. Yes.
Definitely, it's a good resource.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So the next thing I have is kind of a weird thing. I didn't know how you'd feel about this, but maybe I thought we could do something to post on Facebook under maybe Bridgewater residents, or a way to get our name out there, that town folks know that the Disability Commission is here. And I thought maybe we could do something fun like a annual Disability Commission award.
Mhm.
CODs advise governments on the disability community needs in their city or town. They inform municipal officials about accessibility concerns and best practices for inclusion of people with disabilities in municipal programs, services, and facilities. A suggestion could be for this award, recognizing the excellence in the Bridgewater community. We could post the site on Bridgewater residents. We could have a small ceremony at the senior center or the library. Maybe we could have a member of town government present the award. My suggestion this year, and it's a pretty easy, obvious one, is the Boundless Bean Coffee Shop.
They're awesome.
it-
Yeah, I've been there a lot.
Mhm.
That's good to know. A couple reasons. Anna had brought this to our attention some months ago. They feature wheelchair accessibility, which not every business downtown does. They have an easy ramp from the door to the parking lot. Their mission on inclusion is truly amazing. The motto there is everything is teamwork and free of judgment. They
I like
are an inclusive business.
Yeah.
They have hired multiple workers with varying disabilities.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
And
wonderful wonderful to see.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry, say that again.
It's wonderful to see it. Been there, and it's wonderful to see them work with together.
Mhm.
Well,
It's
that was
really-
gonna be my next comment, Mark. I've gone there recently quite a few times. I discovered that they have day-old pastries, a box of 3 for $5, and right away they got me. And so I've been going more frequently. But every time I go, either the husband and wife owner, one or the other, they're always working with several of their associates that work there. And they have such patience and they're so positive and so friendly. And it really does your heart good to see them. So I wrote down they're a shining example to businesses in Bridgewater and beyond. But then Karen, just before the meeting, she couldn't make it today, but she sent me an article for something called the Edible Southeastern Mash magazine. And it talked about husband and wife, Elena and Tom Hogan, run the Boundless Bean. They emphasize empathy and empowerment. And they opened up Boundless Bean with the mantra to employ individuals with differing abilities and change the way those individuals are viewed in the workplace. So I think they set a really nice example for Bridgewater. However, what do you think about doing some kind of award thing like that? And what do you think? Is it our place? Is it not? What do you guys think?
Well, I
Gloria. That's the only issue about Zoom.
yes,
Gloria,
I
Gloria.
know. Josh, are you listening? I think as a disability commission, again, and they're doing something incredible, a little bit of recognition to them
Mhm.
I think would be a very positive thing to do. I'm sure it would be reassuring for them to know that what they're doing is making a difference and that there are people from every walk of life that are realizing what they're doing. So I think, yes, acknowledging them would be really, really nice.
Definitely.
Good. Lorraine, you were gonna say something. I see your hand up.
I don't know how to do the little chat figure, so I like the old fashioned hand. I totally agree with Gloria. I think I've heard a lot about them. Now, are they the ones across from CVS? I
They
believe.
are. They
Right.
are.
Mm,
They make those great cinnamon rolls, I think.
They're good
Yes.
cinnamon rolls also.
Okay, yeah, I've heard so much about them, and I think they really deserve to be recognized, you know, for their continued efforts in recognizing those that are disabled or whatever. So I really think it's something that we should engage in. I really do.
Good.
That's
Oh, that's
a good
nice.
idea.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you a couple fine tuning questions.
Mhm.
What I would do when we're prepared to do this, I would talk to them to see what day, the husband and wife would be available to meet with us in a location for an award.
Mhm.
You think the senior center, the library, I could talk to, either one to set a date and so forth. What do you think?
Yeah, I say yes.
Either one?
Yeah.
Probably more visibility at the senior center,
I thought that too.
depending on what's going on that day. And wouldn't it be nice if people who had dropped in were able to witness this as well? Again, furthering the
Yeah.
message, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Good.
I think so.
So let me ask you one more question. Who would you suggest from the town to, be there with us to award this? Are you thinking like Kim Williams or who are we thinking for something like this?
I don't know. What do you think, Josh?
Really up to you guys. Just communicate it with me and I'll, see about setting up the invite.
Good, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Or even one of the city councilors, town councilors, or whatever,
Yep.
just someone from the town to be able to be there to recognize their efforts. I think that would be great.
Mm,
Before I go on to the next thing, Marilee sent to me something about voting, and it starts up serving customers with disabilities. But however, mostly what I was talking about is the available voting dates coming up and to register to vote for the state primary. You'd have to be registered by September 3rd, the general election by November 5th, it looks like. Anyways, I was just thinking about voting, how important it was to have voted on the last election in town, because the
Yeah.
two town clerk positions, I
Mhm.
think they're still up in the air unless something's changed. Since the last time I looked, there were only a difference of 10 votes and they were gonna recount it. And it just shows how important the voting process is.
Excuse me, David, I don't
Yes.
see that on the agenda, so I don't know what to put down for my minutes. Is that something
Okay.
out
It
that,
would, you don't even have to put it.
okay,
I guess, because she just sent that to me after I did the minutes, and it was just,
oh, okay.
it says to the Disability Commission, but it was just talking about the
Okay.
election and when to sign up, so we don't really have to include that.
All right, okay.
So, let's see. So, other than that, suggestions for future agenda items. So,
David, excuse me,
yes,
could I just, could we have Mark had approached me, I think I told you at the Residents Association, the volunteer luncheon, recognition luncheon over at
Okay.
Senior Housing. And Mark had approached me as a commission member about an incident that happened to him. And I sent along some information of who he should contact.
okay.
Is it okay if we just ask Mark to just mention the issue?
I think it's very important, so certainly the floor is yours, Mark.
Okay, I was traveling in my wheelchair from my place to the church actually, and I was going across the crosswalk for where Just Desserts is, between Just Desserts and like where D'Angelo's was,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and there's a huge pothole in the middle of the street. So I swerved to avoid it, but my front wheel hit the edge of it, and I flipped over.
Man.
I was lucky enough not to hurt myself, but I was in a position where I put my hand down on the ground, and I was able to hold myself up, but I couldn't. At that point, I couldn't push upward. I was stuck,
Oh, God.
and luckily, I knew it was someone came by, picked me up, and I was able to go on my way. I was in the middle of traffic, and
Oh.
I didn't know what to do.
Oh, boy.
Right.
Yeah.
So Mark, where did you say this pothole was? What crosswalk?
It's at the lights between Just Desserts and where D'Angelo's was.
Oh, okay, right downtown there.
Yeah, right downtown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And how long ago did this happen?
This was like a month ago, I think.
Okay.
And since then, I realized they did fill the
They did
pothole
fill it?
with tar, but then um that didn't work at all because I was just there last weekend, and the tar is all gone, and it's back to the big pothole with the you know same thing it was
Josh,
before.
is that something you could contact the highway department, or should we do that, or how should we handle that?
So the best way to actually do that is through our report it system. So on our webpage, just on the homepage, there's at the top, there's a little exclamation mark and a chat bubble, and it says reported underneath it. And that'll
Reported.
actually, yep, and that'll let you submit it's called C-Click Fix. You submit a ticket, you get to pick where this happened on the map, what type of problem it was, and that actually submits it directly to highway, and then they'll be able to respond to you once it's been addressed. So it's a good way to get your complaint and on paper, and then also receive a response from the town.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So that's
Can you-
right on the webpage, bridgewaterma.org, reported, it's at the top.
All right, can you send me that information just in case I don't remember at all?
Yeah, sure. What's your email?
Mark Henderson 92066 at gmail.com.
Okay. Yep, I'll send
Thank
that
you.
to you after
Appreciate that.
the meeting. Yep, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that's important, Mark, for you to, to relay the info to the commissions.
I will
And
do. Yeah.
you had addressed it to me, and I did send you some email and phone numbers, but I forgot all about that new reporting. Well, maybe it isn't new. I just forgot about it. The reporting system that they do have through the website, which is important. Thank you, Josh, for bringing that up.
Thank you.
That's important to address it there, but I wanted the other commissioners to know that, you
Should I
did.
still use the emails that you gave me? Should I email them too?
Do that too. Yep, I gave him, I sent Mark the email to the roadways department and
Mhm.
also, to Michael Dutton's office, the town manager's office too. So, and then phone numbers, if you just want to call the roadways also, whatever you want to do. Or
Okay, I
report
think
it
I might-
online, whatever way.
I think I'll do the emails and put it online too, just so I cover my bases and
Yeah,
make
it
sure
creates that
everyone
paper
knows.
trail that's very helpful.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Mark, did you get hurt? Did you hurt yourself falling over like that?
No, I didn't. I was able to brace myself, so I didn't fall over forward or sideways.
Oh my
And
God.
I didn't hurt
You're
myself,
fighting
but I was,
traffic.
I was,
I'm sure you were nervous and
I
scared.
was scared. I was
Mhm.
Oh,
scared for
you're
my
in the
life
middle
because
of
I didn't know.
traffic.
I
God.
couldn't see anything coming from either way because I was so concentrated on just keeping myself upright so I didn't get hurt.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
And I couldn't see any cars, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
Well, you're very fortunate that you weren't hurt.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
So if you need any help, certainly let us know, Mark. But it sounds like
Cool.
they gave you all the resources to contact.
Yep,
I will do all that. Yep, definitely.
Good.
excellent, good.
So, any suggestions, anyone, for future agenda items? Suggestions for future guest speakers also. We know in the early fall, as soon as we're fully staffed, we're gonna invite Independence Associates, and they're always delighted to come, so I feel good about that, but is there any other agenda items or anything else you'd like to see added for our next meeting?
As I had mentioned, David, I am gonna be away, or actually just returning from Tampa, to see my daughter and all that. So, I won't be at the May meeting,
Okay.
hoping someone can maybe jot some notes. To jot some notes.
Who might that be?
If you'd like to do that. Maybe it'll be a future thing, who knows?
David,
know?
are you aware of what the date of the next meeting will be?
I'd have to look, did I write it down?
I know it's
May
the day
20,
after,
it was May 28th, a Tuesday at 2 o'clock.
it's the day
Yeah.
after Memorial Day, I know that, so I'm
Yes,
just
it is.
gonna be returning, so I'm not gonna be able to make that meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Any other suggestions or ideas or anything? And if not right now, please feel free to send me your ideas and suggestions, prior to the next agenda coming out.
The
Okay.
other thing that, David, could I mention the other thing too?
Please.
You had put down, where was it? About us, you mentioned we would like to, you had mentioned even when we have Independence Associates opening up the meeting, our meeting or whatever to EAC, Literacy Place and all that. I
Mhm.
think it's kind of nice when we pass the word along to these other groups that we're involved in, that maybe might want to jump on board and, gain some information or whatever too, and knowledge, so I think
Well,
that's
I'm
always.
finding that the volunteers for every group I'm in, such as yourself, Gloria, such as Lorraine, are
Mhm.
involved in many groups and many organizations throughout Bridgewater. Same thing with Literacy Place is a wonderful group of people. They deal with, all sorts of folks in Bridgewater, and they're very concerned citizens. So I
Mhm.
could see, if I suggested to those guys that, maybe a couple people would like to attend meetings. And, I figured anything you're involved with, if they want to join us just to see what we do and bring their ideas, we can always use ideas. That would be excellent.
Mm.
And I think another idea would be maybe to, tap into some other agencies or organizations that do such a wonderful job, like you said, for recognizing people that have disabilities, and maybe just bringing them on board too, and having them talk
Mhm.
about their agency and organization, and how it's helpful, and just to let people be aware, about it.
Now that you're saying that, and,
Yeah.
and I had this whole big thing about it, back
Hmm.
to the Boundless Bean, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have them join one of our meetings and talk about their mission statement in
Yeah.
Bridgewater
Yeah, that'd be
and
great.
what they do, working with
Hmm.
people with disabilities, because I mean, they set the gold standard, I think,
They do.
for
Yes.
businesses and in working
Even
with.
to know their story, how they got started, and what
Yeah.
their inspiration is, and all that stuff too.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
But maybe what you could do is, I mean, even invite them to a meeting or something, like you said, and open it up that way. And these meetings are recorded, so, there's gonna be a lot of people that will be able to watch it.
Right.
Yes.
David, on that note,
Yes,
Mhm.
ma'am.
may I ask Josh a question?
Go ahead.
Josh, where are we on possibly hybrid in-person meetings? Are we making any progress on that front?
Yes, so what we're working on right now is, we don't think that hybrid will be an option. Just because of the costs associated with it.
Okay.
So what we're looking to do is kind of like a split setup. So if the committee would prefer to meet in person and can have a quorum in person than just to have the meeting in person. If there was one member or one or two members that, are out of town, but would still like to attend, we would set up a Zoom that they could attend. But having somebody there to handle, any public access or public questions during it, it's too cost prohibitive for us and
Yeah.
we're already kind of stretched thin.
Yeah.
So we're looking into that split option of either in person or all virtual. And giving the committees that choice, maybe not on a month-to-month basis, but the next few meetings they would do in person. If that wasn't working out, move back to virtual. So we are just trying to finalize that right now. We're talking with Emily at the senior center.
Okay.
Just for your guys' sake, I believe before COVID, disability met at the senior center, if I'm
Yes.
not mistaken. So we do just want to make sure that they have the capability, like I said, to Zoom in a couple people every now and then.
Yeah.
So we're just, I think they just got a new system called like an OWL system, that they've been testing out, that allows for, big groups to sit around. And then if there's a presenter that can only do virtual, they can come in and hear everybody that's in the room, things like that. So we're just finalizing that. But I don't think the hybrid option is really gonna work out.
Okay.
But that's kind of where we're at. If you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. It's gonna be a little bit of a slow rollout because like I said, we have to kind of try it with each of the committees before. But that's kind of the conclusion that we've come to over the last year.
Okay. Okay. So Lorraine and I recently attended a meeting at the senior center with a fairly large group of people, and the center had the capabilities because on Zoom we saw a young student at the college and she was presenting a program. So I think is it something like that you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that the senior center is equipped for that because right now, we only have 2 Zoom capable rooms in the academy building. And we don't want too much overlap for committees coming back in person and then everybody kind of fighting for time with it. So we did want to make the senior center accessible to the
would be
Elder
great.
Fair Commission and you guys. And we just didn't talk with Emily, but
Okay.
we're finalizing that.
Oh, that's encouraging. That's encouraging. Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Yep.
very much.
My hope is that would work out at the senior center though, because keep in mind, they're doing that new program,
Oh, the daycare?
the daycare, the dementia care, and that back room's gonna be in use either 2 or 3 times a week also. So
think
they'll
it's
have
not even
that.
2 days a week, yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna, I know.
Put a crimp in,
When we have these meetings, we can't have other things going on at the same time, programs and things like that. We just, so I'm just kind of wondering how all that's gonna work out,
Yeah, and that's something we want to leave up to the committees to be able to kind of decide is, the timing. And it's just a constraint with every, because we have a lot of full committees right now. So,
I know.
that's great news for everybody. And virtual is working great, but as soon as everybody wants to meet in person again, it's going to be a mad rush. So,
I know. Yeah,
we could also be a little bit flexible if we have to, like, if we were to be able to get a space to meet at the senior center, we could always come up with possibly a different day of the week to work into their available space maybe. But it would have to be the same every month, so there's always continuity.
Right.
so Josh, correct me if I'm wrong. The way it works is if we do decide to have an in-person meeting, don't we still have to have the Zoom availability for someone who wants to join in though, too?
you mean from the public?
Yes,
That's where we're going to, so our thought is to have it set up like the council has it right now. So the council does their subcommittees, some of them are virtual. But the main town council meeting is in person only. It is broadcast on Facebook Live, but there's no public interaction in the Zoom itself. But it does allow some of our counselors that, if they're working in Boston that night, to be able to join and participate when they normally would be able to. But there is no public participation from Zoom or public admittance into that Zoom room.
Right, so
And
I was
there
just-
aren't any like strict requirements for that from the state or anything. So the thing we have to do is make sure it gets recorded. That's a requirement. And
Yeah.
just making sure that we have a quorum of members, before starting meetings, things like that.
Right, because I was just wondering if there was that Zoom requirement, there'd have to be somebody there who would be, knowledgeable on handling that end of it,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the one thing that I think we're, why we like having you guys over with Emily, because she is actually very knowledgeable on how to use Zoom. So
Yeah.
if you guys had any issues, she could set that up.
Wow.
But the 2 rooms that we have available in the Academy building, I can usually set those up for committees. I just can't be at every committee meeting.
Exactly, there's gonna be a lot, I know, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we're why rather than hybrid, for the full for the in-person meetings, you would need a quorum of members present. Because if you
Yeah.
had any trouble with Zoom or somebody dropped out midway and you
Mhm.
needed to stop the meeting, then we would hate for you guys to take an important vote and then have to redo the meeting because of
Right.
technical difficulties, so.
So I just lost you all for about 4 minutes.
Yes, we saw you
No.
disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah, the last thing I heard was David say we'd need to pick a day for continuity, and after that, my whole screen froze, so.
Yeah, just a quick brief, I was just explaining that, there are the challenges, of, the hybrid. David was mentioning that you guys could be a little bit more flexible, but, it's something that you guys can decide, if, you don't think it's going to be possible to meet for the next 3 meetings or something, you could do virtual, versus in person, so. And then that kind of communication will just be open between all of us, and I'll do my best to assist anyway.
Thank you.
And Mark, that's an issue for you, as far as in person, or are you able to, are you pretty mobile, or, to be able to get around and, if we
there's
would-
a van service that operates Monday through Friday 9 to 5. And I could get a ride there
Oh,
and get a ride back. So
Good to
yeah,
know.
that would work.
Good.
Okay. Okay,
So, does anyone have any other questions or anything else they would like to bring up?
That's it.
no, I think that's it. Great meeting, everybody. Enjoyed it.
Yes,
I
nice.
think the next meeting is May 28th at 2:00. I know that you're not able to attend, Lorraine. I do know that Karen said she would definitely be at this meeting. Gloria, do you feel you'd be at this? So there's
Yeah,
3
I
of
have,
us,
I
and
have a meeting,
there's our quorum right there.
yeah.
Mark, I hope you attend. I think you've added a lot to the meeting today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Nice
felt
to meet you.
comfortable, I could tell on
Nice to meet you.
on
Yes.
Zoom here, so you definitely added a lot, so I hope
Yeah.
that you're able to attend going forward.
Yeah, I think I
And
will.
I include you on all my and we'll include you in all the agendas and everything we send out so that you get all the information in advance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep, and
Appreciate
Mark,
it.
I actually just sent you an email with the report it. If you need information or if you need any assistance on applying for the Disability Commission, feel free to reach out to me. And
Okay.
that goes for us, the commission. If you guys have anybody that's interested, get my email
Yeah.
out. I'm happy to, link them prior meetings so they can kind of get a feel of it and then help them in any way.
Great,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we really
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. We appreciate it, Josh. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
So the next thing is just to adjournment of meeting, and I need a motion. Who wants to
I-
go first?
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I didn't
Thank you,
dare say
Gloria.
anything, Gloria. I seconded.
Thank you very much. Thanks for all your participation, and I look forward to seeing you either next month or the next meeting or whatever. So
Or around. We'll probably see you around. You know that.
I know you
Yeah.
will. I know you will.
We all go around the same circles, don't we? Huh?
It's-
We
it's
do
very
indeed.
true,
Travel the
very
same
true.
places. Yeah. Yep.
So have a good rest of your day and thanks
Okay.
again for attending. Take care.
All right,
Take care.
thank
Thanks.
you.